1 year ago, I looked like this. I was 200 pounds, had no life, and no friends. But now, I look like this. Now, I'm 150 pounds with no life and no friends, and that's all thanks to Wii Fit!
It was mid-January 2025. The new year was setting in, the snow was lightly falling, and I had just come to the sudden realization that I was now 200 pounds.
How did that happen?
I said out loud to the camera pointed at me. Well, I couldn't say I was too surprised. You see, I had been working at a fast food chain for the last 10 months at this point, and the thing about that is, I ate a lot of free food. In addition, at no point during those 10 months had I ever bothered to look at a scale until this moment. But after seeing that big 200, I didn't just sit there and whine. I made a commitment to myself. I made a commitment to get fit.
But how?
That's a great question, visual representation of me from a year ago.
Thanks.
You can shut up now. If I was gonna get fit, I wanted to have fun while doing it. I kinda have a problem with committing to things, so if I despised every moment of this experience, it probably wouldn't last long. So the answer was simple. Video games! Let's see what I have on hand. A copy of My Weight Loss Coach and Wii Fit Plus.
Alright.
And so began my weight loss journey. I decided I would play Wii Fit Plus and My Weight Loss Coach every day. Until I realized this game sucks. My Weight Loss Coach, aka Honor System the video game. It came with a pedometer, which would track your steps. Then you plug it into the GBA slot, and that's how it knows how much you've walked. Sounds good. Except, that one number is literally the only thing in this game you can't easily cheat at. Everything else you can just tell the game, yep, I totally did that. I get that this kind of ruins the point of the game, but it requires so much willpower to play this game properly at all. The main part of the game are these challenges that have a weirdly complicated way of being given to you. And they can either expect so much from you, or something as stupid as, put down the salt shaker today. Like they expect that to be any sort of a challenge. Yeah, it's safe to say I didn't play this for too long. Wii Fit was fun though. I played it for a good 2 weeks and saw mild progress. But then, an idea. I thought, if I really want to commit to this every single day, I'm going to need someone to hold me accountable. Someone like you! So I decided to start live streaming my gameplay. It was also around this time that I realized, wait, they made this for the Wii U? So I bought that and decided to start playing that on day one. I also bought a copy of Personal Trainer Walking to replace My Weight Loss Coach. I know it's redundant considering the Wii Fit U meter also tracks steps, but shut up.
Welcome to day 1 of Wii Fit. Hey! That's me! I should get a Wii U t-shirt. The inaugural body test. Oh! There it is! That's overweight. Oh yeah, I got this. Instantly. My Wii Fit age. Usually this one is pretty accurate to my real age. Yeah! I guess I'm starting with a foot. 153 pounds. I guess that's the goal. That's the long-term goal. Yeah, I want to gain 20 pounds actually. Let's just make it 20 pounds for now. Just to get me in the range. 20 pounds in 3 months. That's it. That's my goal. That's just the body test. We still got games to play. Day 1 was a resounding. The game was fun. I had no complaints about it, yet. It was fun playing all the games that used the Wii U gamepad. The only thing that was a little unfortunate were the games that required the use of 2 Wii Motion Pluses. I knew there was no way I could play this game for so long and not try them, so I bought 2 Wii Remote Pluses from eBay that very night. Oh, and I lied. I did have one complaint. I gotta see if the skateboarding game is still here. Ugh, I'm not seeing it. The skateboarding game from Wii Fit Plus. It didn't make it. God. Anyway, while the game itself was fun, the stream, however, was awful. The YouTube chat was super delayed. You could send a message and you wouldn't see me respond to it until like 10 minutes later.
This was fixed in future streams though. I just had no idea what I was doing at the time. And that was day 1. Overall, a great start to the series. As days went on, I refined my thoughts on what I wanted out of this game. And I wanted to push myself, but not too hard. And I knew at some point that I would want to 4-star every activity in the game, so I guess I could brag about it. But I also, wanted to lose weight. I was fully aware that Wii Fit wasn't going to make me lose weight all by itself, so I also needed to think about what I was eating. So in total, here's the basic gist of what I needed to do. I needed to stop eating junk food from work every day, start eating the salads from work, keep track of how many calories I'm eating, walk around the building whenever we're dead so I could reach my step goal, and play Wii Fit U live at the end of every day. Oh yeah, let's talk about the steps. Along with Wii Fit U, I also started playing personal trainer walking. This game is way better than My Weight Loss Coach because it knows what it is. It's a tool to help track your steps. Here's how the average day goes. You wake up, put this thing in your pocket, and go about your day. At the end of the day, when you're done walking, you open up the game and it tells you how many steps you took and when. Then, it tells you if you reached your step goal, then it asks if you achieved your mini target given to you the night before. Then, it asks how you felt your day went, and you stamp the face on the calendar, then it gives you your next mini target and you're done. This is way better because it's a lot more streamlined. With My Weight Loss Coach, there were all these different things you had to tell the game, and none of it seemed useful at all. But with this, it only asks what it needs to know, and it only tells you what you need to know. There were also two, games you could play. The first one is Walk the World, which takes the steps you took that day and draws pictures with them. There are 100 different pictures in total, and it's really fun to try and guess what the image is before it's done. There's also Illuminate, which is kinda stupid. It just takes the amount of minutes you spent walking and increases a number which powers an area. The game is insanely easy because the gauge only goes down by 100 every day, and since 1 minute of walking is 10 units, if you spend 10 minutes walking that day, that number won't go down. There's also some third game I can't play because it uses an online service which shut down years ago. And that was Personal Trainer Walking. A pretty cool game overall. So cool, in fact, I kept playing it after I was done with Wii Fit U. Oh, and did I mention that this is the only DS game released in North America that uses Mii's? Crazy. Back to Wii Fit U, here's how a day with that game goes. You wake up, clip this thing on your pants, and go about your day. At the end of the day, when you're ready to get your fit on, you open up the game and start a body test. This is where the game weighs you, takes a picture for the scrapbook, and calls you fat. It also scolds your balance if it's not exactly 50-50. Then, if you want, you can test your Wii Fit age, whatever that means. I think it's supposed to be like brain age. You play 2 minigames and it gives you an age based on how well you did. Personally, I was always pretty dang good at these games, so I barely ever got an age above my own. I'm not sure how playing 2 of 10 random minigames gives this piece of plastic any right to be telling you you have the body of a 50-year-old, since you can just practice those minigames and get high scores every time. But it's not like it's important. I stopped playing these towards the end. After the body test, you can play the Fit Meter Challenge. This is kinda similar to Walk the World from Personal Trainer Walking. It just takes your steps and tells you how many miles you walked along whatever trail you pick. There's also one for altitude since it also tracks that. I never got very far on the altitude part since I never really found myself climbing any mountains. Alright, you know what? Let's talk about this thing for a second. This is the Wii U Fit Meter. It's a redesign of the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver Poké Walker. What's the Poké Walker? Oh, nothing. It's only one of the most accurate pedometers known to mankind. I don't actually know anything about the Poké Walker, but I can tell you a whole lot about its genetically modified clone. It's a pretty cool device. It tells you how many calories you burned, how many steps you've taken. It even has an air pressure sensor inside of it so it can track your altitude. I'm told it's so it can track you going up and down stairs and inclines, but I can't imagine the air pressure could be that much different 10 feet up in an air-conditioned house. Its main use in the game is to track how many calories you burned, so the game knows how many more... Its main use in the game is to track how many calories you burned outside of it, so that it knows how many more you need to burn to reach your goal. How do you burn those remaining calories? Well, mini-games! There are 5 different kinds of mini-games: yoga, strength training, aerobics, dance, and balance games. Yoga is pretty simple, just keep your body in the same pose as the trainer for a little bit, and strength training is where your classic exercises are, like push-ups, planking, single-arm stand. Aerobics are games which have an emphasis on exercising and burning calories. Dances are pretty self-explanatory, and balance games are games which are balance-focused, I guess. You can choose specific games you want to play, but you can also have the game choose for you with the personal trainer. If you're aiming to reach your calorie goal, it gives you that option. You can also tell it, I want to exercise for this many minutes. There's also another playlist-like feature called Routines, where you can go through pre-made playlists that focus on specific things, or you can make your own. There are also gym communities. This is the game's form of Miiverse integration. It's basically like your own little Miiverse community that you can use to encourage your friends and talk about the latest Wii Fit happenings. Miiverse is obviously shut down now, but you can hack your Wii U and get a thing called juxtaposition. Why didn't they just call it reverse to re-enable the functionality? I did this myself a few days after starting. It never got more than like 5 members, but whatever, I didn't really use it anyway. And that was Wii Fit U, a really good follow-up to Wii Fit Plus, with only a few exceptions. I'm really glad I decided to start playing this when I did, because I needed to lose weight. And what else was I gonna do? Go to a gym? Oh, right, weight loss. So how did I truly lose 50 pounds in 200 days? The answer is, I stopped eating fast food. I didn't even cut it out entirely, I mostly just stopped eating the free food from my work. I'm sorry if you were expecting some kind of health advice from a super healthy gym guru, but those people aren't playing Wii Fit. They're making their own videos. Go on YouTube, search lose weight. I'm sure you'll find plenty of people willing to help you, as long as you also invest in their crypto scam. Before starting my job and getting all that free food, I would average about 170 pounds, which should tell you that while cutting out fast food was a big part of it, it definitely wasn't the only thing. I can confidently say that Wii Fit actually helped me lose weight, and I had fun while doing it. The games are awesome, and it does a great job tracking your progress. I'd definitely say it's one of Nintendo's best casual games out there. If you want to 4-star everything, like I did, some of the games are super hard, which I find to be a good thing. It keeps you coming back to the game over and over so that you can finally 4-star ski slalom! Alright, let me lay some knowledge on you. This is the best advice you will ever hear from me today. If you want to 4-star every activity, do not play this game on carpet. If carpet's all you have, that's fine. Just make sure you get yourself one of these. The plank! I don't know why. I don't want to know why. But before making this discovery, ski slalom specifically took me weeks to get good at. But when I get the idea and I bring out the plank, this happens. Holy shit! 46 seconds? Oh my god! What? I did it! I did it! I fucking beat it! Holy shit! Now, again, this is only for getting 4 stars. You don't need the plank for casual Wii Fitting. But when, and I mean when, you choose to play for the big leagues, you get yourself a plank. Oh, speaking of the dismay of my viewers, I'm gonna be honest with you, half the time I wasn't even playing Wii Fit U. Eventually I got bored of playing the same games over and over again, so on days where my step counts were seeming especially low, I would instead do a 30-minute running exercise. I would then proceed to walk, not run, with a Wii remote in my pants while playing a completely different game. Of course my viewers hated it because it's not exactly something you would expect me to be doing on a stream called Wii Fit Day 162, but personally, I loved it. It enabled me to continue making progress while doing whatever I wanted. My only critique of this is that I wish it counted these steps towards the Fit Meter challenges, or even just your step goal. I also wish that you could set a step goal for yourself in-game. Actually, you know what? Alright, I've been drooling over this game for a while now. What do I hate about it? Well, first and foremost, a lot of the best games from Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus aren't here. They're just not in this game, which I assumed was supposed to be an objectively better replacement. I mean, when you start Wii Fit U, it detects any Wii Fit save data and asks if you want to transfer it. So if you're gonna have that, why not just include the other games? Wii Fit Plus also did this, but that game is an objectively better replacement. This one has every game from the original Wii Fit, so why didn't Wii Fit U have them? Skateboard game, why did you leave me? Alright, what else? I think it's dumb how the dancing games require 2 Wii Motion Pluses. I think it's pretty obvious that the game is just detecting when the Wii remotes are shaken, so it could have easily been programmed without the requirement. I mean, I guess the inputs wouldn't have been as accurate without the gyroscopes, but they could have thought of something. I mean, it's clear they didn't because the game just assumes you have them. There's no way to skip or filter out any of these games in the playlist features. And those are the only critiques I specifically have with Wii Fit U. Everything else I'm about to say can apply to any Wii Fit game. The game has a strange emphasis on balance rather than fitness. It seems to care more about your posture and a perfect 50-50 balance than actually losing weight. If you're off by literally 0.1%, it tells you, oh, you're so close, keep trying. How could you possibly demand more from me? This actually makes sense if you know the history of Wii Fit. Beta64 has a great video on the development of this game, which you should definitely watch after this video. Basically, the idea for the game started in the form of a simple game where you'd have 2 scales and the goal would be to balance perfectly to make the 2 numbers match. Then they made some games with this idea and later realized, hey, we can just make this a fitness tool. So that explains why there are so many balance games and posture-based activities, with less of an emphasis on getting your muscles toned. Another critique is that most of the games are the same every single time. This kind of makes sense for people going for high scores, but they really should have made some kind of randomizer for at least some of the games. They could have given the obstacle course a random layout, they could have randomized some of the positions of the flags in the cycling game. They could have done a lot that they just didn't, and that kind of kills a lot of the replay value. Eventually, some of the games just stop being fun, and you just want to skip them. But that's it for nitpicks. Let's not forget that this is an awesome game. I would definitely recommend it for anyone looking to lose a few pounds. Keyword being a few, because any more and you're going to need more than Wii Fit. But don't let that stop you from trying it. The biggest part of this game is encouraging a healthy lifestyle, and tracking your progress throughout your journey. If you play this game, it's going to make you want to do more for your body. The goal of Wii Fit isn't just to lose weight, it's to make losing weight fun. Not just with minigames, but with reaching your goals. Hitting your weight loss goal, or even just hitting your calorie goal, gives you a great feeling. And it makes sure not to discourage you if you don't hit those goals. It simply lets you set a new target and moves on. And not only is it great for helping you lose weight, but it's also great for people looking to maintain their weight. You can set your weight loss goal to whatever you want. Heck, you can even set it to gain weight if you want. And you can completely ignore these goals too. It's not like anything bad happens if you don't hit them. Like I said, it's all about encouraging a healthy lifestyle. And it's that encouragement that led me to reaching my goal. And that's how I lost 50 pounds in 200 days. With Wii Fit. And personal trainer walking. And a healthy diet. And a routine. And regular exercise. And Ring Fit Adventure. And a treadmill. And 3 different pedometers made for Nintendo consoles. And walks around town. And the plank!